All over the world, information technology has become an accelerator for poverty alleviation, enhancing commerce, enterprise, growth and innovation, enhancing governance and social activities, and of course, wealth creation. With this understanding, many countries are on the race to deploy IT across board, and Nigeria is not left behind with NITDA at the driving seat. In Nigeria, the mandate of developing and regulating the nation's IT industry rests on the shoulders of the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, under the supervision of the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy. On this note, I welcome you to NITDA Impact, a program that keeps you on top of the latest development in the world of information technology in Nigeria, under the watch of the National Information Technology Development Agency. I am Ewomazino Wonder. On the show this week, Africa's biggest information technology regulator, NITDA, harps on inclusive usage of IT in education in line with global trends. The Nigeria Immigration Service gets a thumbs up from NITDA. And the big one on our Insight this week focuses on entrepreneurship drive as NITDA takes initiative to Nasarawa. Our personality interview of the week is the Director of Corporate Planning and Strategy, CPS, Dr. Collins Agu, on the agency impact. Stay with us, but first, issues and developments that made news. With the visible disruptions that digital technology is having on all facets of human endeavor, it has been estimated by experts that education and training by 2025 will reach a global opportunity of about $8 trillion. This, according to the Director General of NITDA, Kashifu Inua Abdullahi, is a huge market that Nigeria should be ready to reap from. He made this call at the EdTech Summit recently.
Holland IQ, the world's smartest source for education intelligence, predicted that in 2025, education investment or spending on education and training will reach $8 trillion. And at the moment, it is about $6 trillion US. But only 3% of this investment is digitized. This means there is a huge market and great potential for you to benefit from.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Architect Sonny Echono, says global ICT literacy is helping to refocus the education curriculum.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we must address the challenges of inadequate ICT infrastructure in our schools. We must also address the low ICT literacy among teachers and embrace educational pedagogy. We must evolve strategies to improve research on educational technology and for the periodic review of our curriculum to reflect the current realities.
Other speakers share their thoughts on the summit and collaboration.
As we are all aware, education is critical for the attainment of sustainable development and the improvement in capacities of the human being to survive and contribute meaningfully to our society. We believe that our education system must prepare our children to be able to produce middle and high-level manpower with the requisite skills needed to play an active role in the country's drive for development.
So indeed, after much research, 2-3 years, we checked around other platforms like the open source Arduino, most of us have heard of Arduino, Raspberry Pi, and so on and so forth. We came up with a design that suits Nigeria, and look at the design, it's right from primary school. So I was very happy when I heard that the Executive Secretary of NITDA is able to represent here. For primary school, if you want to make those young people and then those elementary skills with them. Okay, things like the scratch programming, most schools use it outside of Nigeria, and happy sources are already using it to build those programming skills with them at an age so that to build them for the fourth industrial revolution.
The event was a multi-stakeholders collaboration between the Federal Ministry of Education, NITDA, and the Africa Information Technology and Empowerment Initiative, Afritex, aimed at addressing emergent issues in education.
As part of its effort to deepen the penetration of information technology across the country, the Director General, National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, Abdullahi Inuwa Kashifu, said maintaining databases could be an avenue for foreign direct investments. He mentioned this while participating in the topping-up ceremony of technology building at the national headquarters of Nigerian Immigration Service in Abuja. The Director General of NITDA applauded the efforts of NIS boss towards the actualization of the technology building database, which will serve as a warehouse for data. Abdullahi Inuwa Kashifu also said that the present administration, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, has been pursuing digitization of the immigration services in its operations. Inuwa stated that NITDA is always ready and elated to collaborate with the NIS towards gigantic achievement that will make the country a safe haven for investment, bringing about foreign direct investments. In its welcome address, the Controller General, National Immigration Service, Muhammad Babandede, said the technology building, when completed, will serve as a warehouse for various databases as well as command and control center, which will be service hub for vital information sharing with other relevant agencies within the country.
NITDA Impact. Thanks for staying with us. For details, log on to www.nitda.gov.ng. And now to our insight of the week. In line with the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration to ensure job creation through the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, has taken the government's drive to promote women entrepreneurship in the north-central Nasarawa state.
I'm going to be teaching you web design, right? That is website, how to design a website. There are two different types of what? Website, right? We have the static website and dynamic website.
Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi harps on the desire of NITDA to promote women capacity development with the provision of digital skills and tools to equip them for economic growth.
This training is designed to empower 100 women from North Central 6 states: Nasarawa, Niger, Kogi, Plateau, Benue, and FCT. The intention is to train 100 women, and we expect them to train 3 women each. That will make it 300 women. And we are going to provide them with digital tools, laptops, and stipend to start digital tools. This is going to help them to survive and thrive in a digital age.
Speaking at the event, Nigeria's Digital Governor of Nasarawa State, His Excellency Engineer Sule Abdullahi, expressed his administration's readiness to partner NITDA in the quest to harness the digital capacities of women in the zone.
I want to thank you sincerely for the respect that you continue to bring to NITDA. Like he has told you clearly in black and white, today digital technology is contributing to GDP more than what oil is contributing. So to put it nicely for some of you, and more practical for you to understand, for a lady that is selling palm oil by the roadside, if you take this training seriously, because they are going to give you, one, the tool that you require, that is the laptop. They are also going to give you the internet to support what you are doing. They are going to provide you with the software that you need. And then, of course, what the politicians understand, stipend, that goes along with.
Some of the beneficiaries have this to say about the relevance and importance of the training to them.
We're taught on basis that websites are of 2 types. One is static and the other one is dynamic, of which being static, it cannot be changed, it's stable, while being dynamic, it can change. So also we're taught that the website can only be designed with languages the website can understand and interpret. So we're introduced to one of the languages, which is a hypertext markup language, which is the HTML.
As for me personally, I intend to put more work into the little I've learned to see how more flesh should be added to it at the course of the program and on my personal studies, so that at the end of it, the effort and the resources that was put to bring me to this program would have not been wasted.
If you've just joined us, this is NITDA Impact, Nigeria's leading ICT program on television. For details, email us at info@nitda.gov.ng and our other social media handles on the screen. Now to our Startup Lounge, which is meant to showcase innovations and promote startup initiatives under the coordination of the Office of the ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship, OIIE, a subsidiary of NITDA. Today, we'll bring you Chineke Guard. It is a real-time behavioral recognition for surveillance systems focused on preventing retail theft. We had a chat with the founder, Abdul Hakim Bashiru, via Skype.
Can we meet you, please?
Hi, my name is Abdul Hakim Bashir. I'm the co-founder and product lead at Chineke Guard, which is an AI for detecting shoplifting and providing human activity recognition in real time.
Now, can you tell us just a little bit about Chineke Guard as a product?
So, Chineke Guard is obviously it's a product that provides human activity recognition by using feature-based classification and combination of other features, including pose estimation and stuff like that. So what we do is we take the stream of video, classify, detect all the humans, and classify the actions that they do out of a range of actions that we've trained the model to sort of classify, and then we classify those actions as either being suspicious or not suspicious, depending on the relevant subject matter we are dealing with. You know, for retail, it could be just maybe picking up an item and putting it in a jacket or putting it in a pocket, which sounds suspicious, than putting an item in a cart or basket. So we try to differentiate between such actions, and then once we detect something that is not like normal, then we report through mediums like mobile application, emails, and other peripherals to bring the attention of the retailers to that section so that they can take action and prevent loss.
What impact has it had on Chineke Guard business?
So I mean, they've had a tremendous impact in terms of the support, in terms of including financial, including things like capacity building, things around I would say business development and stuff like that. I mean, we've been engaged to NITDA for quite some time now. We've attended programs like Startup Friday, Startup Clinic, all sponsored by NITDA. And also sponsored by NITDA for GITEX Dubai, where we became the best artificial intelligence startup. So I mean, every other training, every other competition, includes training, and they've also had other separate trainings, which along the way we've learned quite a few things, which have helped us all through the business, both financially and in terms of the building capacity.
What message do you have for other startups out there with respect of the support you got from NITDA?
I would say, I mean, NITDA is a great supporter, and I mean, having them as a contributor to us, it's been amazing. And I would say for them, it's to reach out to them and see one way or the other why they can help. I mean, they are very open, they are very nice people, and all they care about is the success of companies and small companies like us. So reach out to them and keep doing what they do. Also stay focused on the main vision and keep going. So I think many people are going to build great technologies that are going to be useful in this generation of ours.
Thank you so much for your time and for joining us on the program.
Just before we take the personality of the week, here is a reminder of the IT tips of the week. Before we go, we bring you our personality of the week. Dr. Collins Ago is the Director of Corporate Planning and Research. In this interview, you will hear from him how NITDA is keeping IT penetration in Nigeria.
Welcome to NITDA Impact TV program. My name is Chikodi Austin. Please tell us your name and your designation.
Thank you, Chikodi. I'm Dr. Collins Ago. I'm Director of Corporate Planning and Strategy Department of NITDA.
Tell us the functions and core responsibilities of your department in line with NITDA mandate.
My department is made up of 4 units, and just as the name indicates, corporate planning and strategy. So we're supposed to come up with policies, that we guide NITDA, which in turn we advise the government about some of the directions, trends when it comes to information technology. We also to measure what we call impact or some of the interventions of NITDA. As you may be aware, we believe that we can't sit in the comfort of Abuja here and be driving ICT. So we carry out a lot of grassroots intervention to make sure there's a deeper penetration of ICT. So we carry out the commentary and evaluation, or in other words, impact assessment of some of these interventions to know how much we should do more, where we should digress, which other new projects do we come in. Besides that, we also carry out what we call innovation research, what we call technical research and also innovation, where basically we do what they call technology tracking and adaptation. What does that mean? It's our job also to identify some of the trends out there and see some of the ones that we can actually take some of the paths that are needed in Nigeria in line with our peculiarities here and advise the government and also stakeholders. Either we go in as a POC, proof of concept, or as a pilot, how such as can be utilized in line with our peculiarity to solve some of those priority problems we have in Nigeria.
To what extent would you like to say that you have been able to achieve the objective of this agency in general?
Well, I would say to a very, very great extent. If you looked at the NITDA's roadmap made up of 7 pillars, I think it captures the key areas that are needed for development. You're talking of things like local content development and promotion, things like capacity development, and regulation, which is very, very key. What we call developmental regulation, which is key to create some harmony, and sensitize the ecosystem as well. So in my own department, well, as I mentioned previously, we engage also in research. Not quite long, we launched an education technology platform for capacity development in emerging technology. We know what goes on out there. So what we're doing now is if you check most of these emerging technology, they have a very high potential. So we're trying to move the country from what they call the adaptation mode to adoption mode.
Moving forward, sir, can you tell us anything you would like to share with Nigerians on your activities besides what we may have touched so far?
We try to publicize most of the things we do, but a couple of things I would like to mention is about our flagship conference called Nigeria, which is hosted every year and normally declared open by His Excellency, the President of Nigeria. Most of the time is actually November. We're having master classes. I think I would like to share this with the student body. The master class is actually a hands-on technical seminar where some of these technology they will experience, and it's taken by industry experts. So we'll be having more information there. We launched a site where they could register. Last year was a very, very big success. Most of the students got to know firsthand information from the industry experts about some of these trends, or they call it emerging technologies. And besides that, again, we'll be having also what we call stakeholders hangout and meetup, where instead of waiting for just one conference a year, these are avenues where we also discuss some of the trending issues and get feedback from the industry to help us actually evaluate our own performance. And of course, most importantly is the Unity Board, which is very, very important, an indigenous education technology platform designed here by NITDA, championed by the Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy. This is a platform that we utilize for training in robotics, AI, IoT, embedded system design and programming, PCB design and programming, name it. And the beauty of it is that it has been adopted by the government from as young as your primary 5-4. You can use it. So kids that are used to programming in Scratch, they can actually use the Scratch programming interface also to work on the board to enhance, some of their skills.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you. My pleasure.
That's the size of the program for the week. If you have any inquiries, please reach us via the email on the screen and our social media handles. Until then, on behalf of the DG, see you next week and stay safe. Bye-bye.